you were already established as a successful businesswoman, and then you chose OnlyFans. So walk us through that process. What was the decision that led to that?
That's like a big misconception that people have, like, oh, you just did this for money. Like, I never thought that I would make money. One, because I had my own boundaries on it that I've never crossed. I really didn't think that people would pay for.
Are you open to sharing like, what those boundaries are?
Yeah, so basically nothing downstairs.
Hmm.
So yeah, when I started my first company, when I was 20, when it kind of came out, I was posting these photos online, bikini photos, nothing too crazy, like a little butt shot behind the back to show, butt day, at the gym. And I was getting comments like, how are we supposed to treat you seriously as an entrepreneur? I had a co-founder at the time for my marketing agency, and like he would be upset with me. And it was like, why does this define the work that we do? Like, I'm a person outside of my work, and this is something I enjoy to do off the job, and I didn't start entrepreneurship so I could follow the laws or whatever of corporate America, like I'm doing my own thing. And that's the beauty of it. I can be myself. And so that was really what led me to do it, was to show like, hey, you can be both, and that's fine, and it's okay. And to empower myself, and just be like, hey, I already did the boldest thing I could fucking do, and I can't come back from it. And so what are you going to say now? I have an OnlyFans, motherfucker. I couldn't come back from it, And so from then I was so free, and still to this day, like it is the most freeing thing. Like I could be fully myself. I don't have to hide. So it was an extreme decision. But it was for that reason, to honestly prove a point.
Yeah. Did you like consult any of your like co-founders or other people beforehand, or did you just like open it up and like it was a surprise to them? Like what was that process like?
Great question. So me and my co-founder went through a divorce already. I called it a divorce, and I took over the company entirely. So I was pretty much free range, free to go, and able to do whatever I wanted. So I didn't really have to consult. I did talk to a few people that I, was close with at the time, and got their perception. And most people were like, you know what, you're going to have to live with it. But if you're that crazy and bold and going to live with that, you're always going to be stigmatized, then go for it. And at that time, like I wasn't building, a massive unicorn. Like I wasn't in tech in this really, male dominated industry. I was doing my own thing. I was flowing. It didn't matter, and I never, I don't know what the future holds. And now I'm in a very conservative industry. So that's when things got harder.
Yeah. Can you say more about that? Like what industry are you in that's like conservative?
Yeah. So the tech industry. So that my app, I have a social wellness app called Exist, which is kind of stemmed from the Mindful Silent Disco company. I was helping heal people together in person. And a lot of the feedback that we got from our events was, I just want to be able to do this at home. I just want to be able to exist at home. And so one thing led into another, and I'm like, well, the only way I can do this is if I created a community online. And with AI aggressively increasing and people being fearful of what AI can do, I was like, we need to show that technology can still create human connection, because it's happening whether we like it or not. So that was kind of the ideology of me building Exist, was to create this in-person experience and make it a tech experience that's having the same impact as much as I can do that. So anyway, when I walked into this industry, I'm the, I hate to say like I'm the only one, but from what I've seen, I'm the only OnlyFans-esque woman out there that's building tech. So I'm the first of its kind, and I'm even just the way I look, I get judged. Like people don't even know, and I walk into like a conference or something, and I could just tell that people are looking at me like, who's this bitch?
Why do you think that is? Like that, I guess it surprises me that tech is as conservative as it is, because I think of San Francisco, I think of like all of these other areas that are very, very liberal, right? You have like the Folsom Street Fair that's in San Francisco. So like, why do you think that world is so conservative?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I would have thought the same thing. I definitely would have thought that it would have been a little bit more open than it is. But I think it has to do with a lot of like, in this world of venture capitalist, all of that, like they're very black and white. It's all about image. It's all about story. And if you don't have the best image, they might more than likely aren't going to invest in your company. And a lot of these startups, I got very lucky that I had the financial backing to be able to get my startup to where it is today. But a lot of people have to go raise money and you have to play the part. So
Yeah.
I think it's just, a lot of the older folks, I think things will change, and I know I'm going to be a part of that change to encourage more people to just be themselves.
Yeah. So like what I'm hearing in that, right, is that it's like at the top, there's like all this old VC money where there's a lot of like older conservative thinking that kind of drives a lot of the trickle down decision making, right? But what's funny though, right, is like to your point, like you're an OnlyFans creator. There's this aspect. Obviously, there's investors into OnlyFans, right? And then there's also if they were to take on like a Kim Kardashian or a Paris Hilton, like, and they were having their own tech biz company that was like doing something, it probably wouldn't have the same amount of resistance, I would imagine.
No. And it's crazy because I know that I'm like this little nobody that has started these businesses and has an OnlyFans and this little girl named Alicia Wallner, whatever, and that nobody knows, but I'm going to keep pushing the story, and hopefully they'll look at me one day like they would see Kim Kardashian approaching them. I'll get there, just a matter of time. And it's a matter of every single day getting punched and just getting back up with a smile on.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So you went from being an entrepreneur and then you were in OnlyFans. Were you running both businesses for the same time? Did you go to a period where you went to just OnlyFans? Like, what was that experience like?
Yeah, good question. So always running simultaneously both of my things. Like I still have my marketing agency. We're going on 10 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And it's not nearly as big. I'm very open about it. 3 years ago, I stopped doing sales for it once I decided, I just needed to follow passion, and my passion is to help people. And so I stopped doing sales. So it's we only have a few clients left. I'm surprised we still do, to be honest with you. But I've always kept the OnlyFans with everything else that I'm doing. And I've always been an entrepreneur at heart since, very young. I will always have something. And obviously now Exist is my entire life. And the question I do get asked a lot though is, will you ever stop OnlyFans when Exist starts making money? And the answer people don't like hearing is, hell no. I'm not stopping OnlyFans until I'm wrinkly and gray and nobody will buy this shit anymore. Like, I'm not ashamed by it. I'm not ashamed of what I'm doing. I might scale my content back and not show, full frontal. Maybe that could happen, but I'm never stopping this shit. This is a movement for me. This isn't a financial, security blanket for me. And even when Exist is big, I'm still going to be doing this shit.